Hello and welcome to another Art of Rally video. Today we are driving Group A and I chose the car that I hadn't driven at all, I think. So it was about time to go and try it out. It had been a while since I had driven such powerful cars in this game. So it took some getting used to. It was quite a messy run, my first one. But actually, it wasn't such a bad time. It was a 2:12.964 and that actually is a 71st place on the leaderboard, so not too bad, but very satisfyingly. Every time I would try another run, the time would drop a little bit lower. So that's quite motivating. Then at one point we set it to 2:07.062 in quite a dramatic fashion. And after that, unfortunately, the time started stagnating a little bit. So I knew there was a little bit more in the tank, so I started pushing quite a bit, and that led to quite a few mistakes. That's unfortunate, but if you want to improve, then you're gonna have to try something. Because so far I had been super cautious, like keeping grip and making sure everything would go well, and that's all well and good. But I wanted to improve a little bit more, so that all led up to this run. And since it's been a while since I've driven cars this fast, it really, yeah, it was interesting to change back to this style of driving. Because, of course, you want to keep grip, because that's how you go fast in this game. But at the same time, you actually want to be on the power a lot as well, because there is just a lot of power to use. And since they are all-wheel drive and have quite a lot of traction, then you can get away with that without losing time. In all of the slower classes, you want to be so careful with being on the power. But yeah, especially up the hill, the power is amazing in these cars. Just getting on the power and flying up is so much fun and very, very satisfying. So yeah, I was actually quite familiar with this track because I had made a video on it not too long ago where I tested a whole lot of Group B cars, focusing a little bit on rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive. So I threw a hell of a lot of different Group B cars over this, and yeah, I got quite some time to get used to this track. So I knew that I could maybe set a good time because I was so familiar with the track. In this last section, there were quite a lot of places where you were and wanted to be very careful and keep grip. And in this section, for example, you just want to be on the power and go as fast as you can. And even though you start sliding through the corner, that's kind of fine. And then again, you want to go back to gripping, and then another corner you want to go back to sliding. It was quite interesting trying to figure out where to do what. Because they could both be quite fast, and sometimes you really, really needed a grip, and sometimes you really, really just needed to be in the power to not waste time. And that's quite different from the slower classes of cars in this game, where it's mostly about keeping grip. Now, after a whole lot of throttle management, you can finally be fully on the throttle through this part, and then slow down a lot, so you don't actually mess up these last few turns. But yeah, overall it was a pretty good run, quite neat and tidy. And yeah, in the end we set a 2:06.195, improving quite a lot, and slotting just into top 10, which I'm obviously very happy with. I'm happy that I tried out this car because the rotary S7 is a fun car and it appears on the leaderboard quite a lot. So it's good to know this car and get used to it, I guess. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you join me next time. Bye bye!